press rewind for a little bit and think about, remember what it was like to experience Pesach this year. It felt like the whole world was on lockdown. And I couldn't help but think that this experience of lockdown was more parallel to that first Pesach in Mitzrayim than anything I had experienced in my lifetime. I read some beautiful pieces about it online as well. And in that first Pesach in Mitzrayim, we were told, stay in your homes, get inside. That is the only way to avoid the Malach HaMavet, the angel of death, who is coming and striking down anybody who doesn't contract and retract and go into their homes. Now, this wasn't the first time in history where God sent a very clear message that we need to be contracting at this time. My father, Rabbi Meir Sendor, this year on Pesach, around Pesach time, he wrote about how he was thinking about Noach. He was thinking about the time of the flood when immorality was rampant. People had no boundaries. They didn't understand my personal space versus somebody else's personal space, my personal needs versus somebody else's personal needs. And what was Hashem's solution? What was the antidote to this? Get in a boat, get in this ark, you and the few people who I think could possibly understand how to master what our tradition calls tzimtzum, contraction. And we're going to start again, because a core ethical belief of our Torah is this need to contract, to self-restrain, to understand that I have my own personal boundaries and I need to respect everybody else's personal boundaries as well.
I love those ideas of Aaron and Rabbi Sender. And I think that the idea of space is so significant in terms of a marriage and a functioning and a healthy functioning family. And specifically during this time, I think families have been challenged to find space where there isn't space. Imagine a 6-7 person family in a 3-bedroom home. How do we manage that? How do we manage the both parents working and the kids doing Zoom school and maybe the younger kids doing online school, and maybe the younger kids playing. And how do we actually find the physical space in the home? And so that takes, creativity and imagination, and maybe rethinking our space, partitioning off certain areas in the home, maybe doubling up kids in sleeping areas and creating space really where there isn't space. And also noticing that in the same way as the table, that this space, this home, is what's keeping us safe during this time. And so as much as it feels confining, it's also very relieving and I guess hugging. The word that I'm thinking of is like a warm and cozy place. And in thinking about space, what comes up for me so strongly in terms of the marriage is the need for the couple to maintain a sacred space in their home, a space that is only for them, to have calm conversations, to have serious conversations, to be able to connect with each other physically and emotionally, as well as the significance of having for each individual. We spoke about the differentiation, the importance of each individual in the marriage, and how significant that each individual also have a place, an actual space in the home to kind of go through their own process.
So what you're saying, Abby, is that when a couple might be, very involved in the day-to-day of how to take care of their kids, they need to be able to retreat and find that space for themselves as well, even in that crazy family life.
Totally. To be able to take that, to make sure that there is that space to retreat to go to, that's consumed, but also that place that feels warm and safe. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much. Join us next time as we talk about reimagining time.